Uh, Hello? Yep, we're live. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new live stream. And today, we have a very early one because there is a pretty significant announcement coming out of the great state of South Carolina. Yep, Tim Scott is about to announce his candidacy for president, and it should be very interesting. So, yeah, we're gonna do another live reaction to this. We've done a couple of these, and people seem to enjoy them. So, yeah, this is going to be a fairly interesting announcement. I think both of South Dakota's senators endorsed Tim Scott. Is that right? Can somebody fact check that? I believe both of them endorsed Scott. Which, it's funny that I think Scott has more endorsements than DeSantis, at least for Senate candidates, or senators, I should say. Which, that just seems so out of the blue that I don't know about that. But yeah, so we have an announcement coming up very shortly. And yeah, so like usual, if you want your questions for sure answered, send a super chat because I'll for sure get to them. It's going to be a little bit different since we have to react to the announcement, which is starting in 15 minutes. So, I know Thune is going to, yeah. John Thune's going to endorse him. The other guy did, I thought. Remember when Christie complained that Trump made him order meatloaf at dinner? What? Really? I don't know. I really don't know about that. I never heard of that. You know, I'll say this, don't make Scott the VP, but put him in the Trump administration, then give his Senate seat to Ralph Norman or McMaster himself. I actually agree with that. You know, get rid of Tim Scott that way. That may be a good idea. I thought Scott already announced. He filed paperwork, and he made an exploratory committee, which pretty much all but means, yeah, he's probably going to run. So, should be very interesting. Very interesting indeed. DeSantis announcements in 2 days. Yeah, we're going to stream that probably too. I swear, if he does a stupid, like, 5-second video, I'm going to be mad. Stapleton will win. People act like Bernie Moreno's Doug Mastriano level bad. Yeah, he isn't. He said some cringe stuff, but it's not like Mastriano. DeSantis 24th. That's what I thought. Alright, DC Comics or Marvel Comics in terms of who's better with designs, characters, and stories. Honestly, I like DC better. Now, the movies before now, I think Marvel obviously were better. Outside a couple, but I think comics-wise, DC is better. I've always been more of a DC fan. Wasn't a senator and governor. I swore it was both senators in South Dakota. I swore. It was John Thune, the other guy. I could be wrong, but yeah, I like DC the best. That's my opinion, my personal opinion on things. And reminder, the actual announcement starts in 10 minutes. So that's why we're talking about this. Wasn't a senator. I swore it was 2 senators, but I could be off. Thoughts on Ryan Cook declaring war on you? Did he? I mean, I just gotta show him his 2022 prediction. It's a pure hypocrite, he is. Marvel has better movies, DC has better comics. Yeah, I agree. Now, that's probably gonna change with James Gunn. James Gunn is probably gonna change DC. I really do. And I think DC does have some good movies. Man of Steel, I think, is pretty good. One of the better superhero movies, in my opinion. The Snyder Cut's actually good. I know there's a meme about it, but I think it is actually a good movie. And stuff like the James Gunn Suicide Squad, that's pretty solid. There's some good ones, but how would you do a deceased movie? Ooh. Honestly, I don't know. That one is like, you gotta do animated, probably. DeSantis better not mention woke 100 times in his speech. He will. JD Vance endorsement. Yeah, so Vance endorsed Bernie Moreno in the state of Ohio. I'm not a big fan of that. You know, I just think it's too early to do that. Now, did he potentially make a deal with Moreno in 22? Maybe. But I really do not like that endorsement by him. I would have waited until Davidson if he announced. That's how I think it would have been better. But that's just me. That's just me. We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. Yeah. The Peacemaker TV series was good. Yeah, it's good. I think it's coming back for season 2. I don't know. Gunn's busy. I mean, he's literally fixing the DC right now, which I have some problems with, like how he handled Henry Cavill, but that's just me. Do you think Pritzker will run for another term? I think so. I think he probably will. Ramaswamy should have ran for Senate. Yeah, I think he is. I think he's going to set up a Senate run. I don't see why he's running for president outside of that. I really don't. Because he lives in Ohio. I think Moreno will do fine, especially if he gets a Trump endorsement since it's worth its weight in gold in Ohio. That's the thing. A state like Ohio, a Trump endorsement, yeah, that's pretty big. That is a pretty big development. Moreno stepped aside for Vance. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking, like, he probably did endorse Moreno for that. Moreno reminds me as Tim Michaels too much. Low charisma businessman who is good on the issue but an awful candidate. Michaels, his problem was his people bullshitted him. That's what actually happened. His people around him were freaking stupid. Alright. Are you going to watch the Batman feat Ezra Miller? The Flash, I'm gonna watch that. The Flash is gonna be a pretty good movie. The only reason they did not can that is because of Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck being in it. If it wasn't for those two, that thing would have been shit canned 3 years ago. It's the only reason they're keeping it because Keaton's in it. It's over. David Cameron internal poll has him losing to Bashir, but that's an accurate one. And Cameron's only at 45, so it's way too early to say, oh, it's 100% Jover. Plus, I think that's more of a fundraising thing. Do you think Trump will endorse Tim Shea over Rosendale and Montana? I don't know. Montana's one where we gotta wait and see. People forget that Ohio voted the right of Texas. Yeah, so Trump's endorsement in Ohio probably gives him the race, whoever he endorses. Is there a FNAF movie coming out? I thought so. There's one coming out in October, I thought. That's gonna be... If they don't blow it, it's gonna make a lot of money. Remember how big that was like 5 years ago? It still is pretty big. But... like 6 years ago, it was freaking everywhere. Let's see. I think Poison Ivy should be the next Batman villain. Who do you think fits her? Do you mean actress? I don't... Honestly, I thought they were going to go Clayface. That's what I heard, at least, for the next Batman. But I don't know. It's very early on it. I do trust Matt Reeves with it. Unless you're talking about the Guns Batman, which I don't know. Sam Brown or Rick Harrison? I'm going to go with Rick Harrison for the memes. Okay. If you could have any Republican representative, governor, and senator removed immediately, who would it be? Representative, probably... Ooh. There's some bad ones. There are some real bad representatives. Probably Dan Crenshaw. Or Nancy Mace. Nancy Mace. For governor, Spencer Cox. Senator, ooh. Mitt Romney. Those are my three. Let's see here. Why do you think Midwestern states have such bad polls? Because a lot of these voters, it's a working class part of the country. A lot of these people, they don't get polls answered to them, or they don't get polls asked to them. They just don't. And it's more rural, and it's hard to reach some of these people. That's why they're so bad usually. While Texas, you have a larger metro population around like Dallas. Ask Hutchinson. Well, he's not a governor anymore. It's Huckabee Sanders. Honestly, Rick Harrison should run for one of the House seats to just slightly less negative press, and he could sell him butting heads with AOC and Maxine Waters. I don't know. I think he would be a better governor, but we got Lombardo, so If it was Tim Michaels win the governor's race on. If it was Tim Michaels who won the governor's race, I think it would definitely show more boring and less charismatic candidates would win, which would be good for DeSantis. Again, I don't buy that. I just think Michaels had bad people around him. Prain Romney gets primaried. It's not looking too good. Not looking good whatsoever. I don't know why Dane's supporting him. That's the one thing I question about Danes at times. I think Midwestern voters and Republicans have to prove their vote, while Dems have a high floor. Yeah, there's a lot of voters that they're like, prove it to me. I'm going to vote for Trump because he's going to stand by me. But some of these other Republicans, they never would. So, what's going on with the DeSantis influencers versus Barris? I don't know. I mean, it's just funny enough. Yes, I have my problems with Barris. I think he does need to, like myself, we both need to redeem ourselves in 24. But it's funny. He released a poll, and then gets a lot of shit for it. Harvard and Harris releases a poll hours later, and had virtually the same results. I mean, it just, at some point, people got to realize, oh my god, he was off once. Okay? Everybody was. When does it start? It starts in 3 minutes. Supposedly. This is Tim Scott's campaign, so probably gonna get delayed by half an hour. How screwed is Sherrod Brown? He's progressive, but he's real and people respect real. Ooh. Like, it's gonna be close, but I think he's losing. His problem is he needs to run up the Mahoning Valley. That's northeastern Ohio. His problem is not even Ryan, who is from that region, mind you, and so was Sherrod Brown, but not even Tim Ryan. He did worse than Biden in that region. So I just don't see how Brown wins. He needs to somehow win that region by like 7 points to even have a sliver of hope. I had a dream that Scott lost his Senate seat. Which one? Rick Scott? It's not going to happen. I think the only way we primary Romney is by implementing a Virginia system in Utah. They kind of do. You know, it's stupid, but they do have a convention system. It's a bit different, but I think everybody should just have the Virginia system. The problem with Utah, you need like 60%. It's stupid, but Barris has some problems with him being so transparent, still makes him the best pollster. Yeah, at least he's transparent. Like, I'm not one of those people that think he fakes his polls. That's bull. That's bullshit. Now, I do have a problem with some of the numbers he comes up with, but I don't think he fakes it. Unlike certain people. Mahoning Valley is still Blue Dog Democrat. Tim Ryan was fake. Showed as real. I mean, Tim Ryan did worse than Biden in that region. So I don't think he's going to magically do much better. I really don't. Which is more likely to flip at the Senate level, Arizona or Nevada? Arizona just for the third-party vote. That's why. We need Perry Johnson. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we need Perry Johnson. Well, for a Senate race, maybe. And at least he's unique. He does bring something to the table. But the 2-cent plan. But yeah, I don't know why he's running. I would just run for that Senate seat in Michigan. How do you rate the Justice League animated series, Justice League Unlimited from the 2000s? It's been a while. Gosh, it's been a while since I watched those. I gotta go rewatch them, but if I remember fondly, those were pretty good. I think it'll be a 50-50 Senate. Dems take back House and Biden is reelected. I think we'll get a Senate majority. And I'm actually having some hope about the House staying Republican. Because it sounds like some polls actually have Republicans doing better. Who will be the best candidate for Florida governor 26? Either Matt Gaetz or Byron Donalds. Donalds has really grown on me. George Santos for Senate. So true. Yeah, we're going to have George Santos for the Senate. And I swear, if he runs for the Senate seat and it actually wins, I'm going to laugh. Oh, man. How bad are the summers over there in Wisconsin? The problem with the summers is the humidity. Like, they're not bad. It's just, yeah, sometimes it gets really humid and not pretty. GOP will win all 3 houses in 24. I think we're going to get 2 of the 3 for sure. But who knows? I think Trump's in a good situation. I really do. It'll be Gates. I don't know. I think it's Donald's up there too. In my opinion, reps are going to do better because Trump's on the ticket. Yeah, some states like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, we're going to flip a bunch of House seats because of him. And that's what people ignore. We're going to flip a bunch of House seats in states like that, and even North Carolina. Sure, he may lose a couple in maybe New York, but we're going to gain so much, and quite frankly, he's more useful on the ticket than DeSantis for the presidential election. The VP slot, make it DeSantis or Zeldin, but he's useful because all the competitive states for 24, they're in the Midwest, and he does have an advantage over DeSantis in them. Tucker Carlson should run for the Maine Senate race. I don't think he lives in Maine anymore. I think he lives in Florida. At least that's what I think. Bro, how can these people afford to waste $20 million while pulling out 1%? Because they're crazy. Look at Kevin McCarthy's approvals. Just compare those to Boner and Ryan. Just halt the commitment again. Maybe people will actually listen this time. Yeah, people actually like McCarthy. That's one thing I've noticed. There are a lot of people that do actually like McCarthy. Because he's actually going through with what they said. And he is holding the Biden administration somewhat accountable. Where can I get good but cheap cheese curds in Wisconsin? Honestly, the entire state. I mean, I'm just being completely real. You'll find cheap cheese curds everywhere, and they're good. It's a big advantage for Trump over DeSantis in the Midwest. That's what I'm saying. Yes, but DeSantis may do better in Minnesota. Whoopie-doo. Whoop-de-frickin-doo. They don't actually want to be president. They just want Trump to give them gifts. But it's like, you're going to spend like $50 million and get 1%. It's stupid. Now, I do think Trump is pushing some people to run. I swear. Vivek Ramaswamy, just the way how Trump's acting around him, I think he's a plant. I'm just being real. What are the key states that Trump needs to campaign heavily in? Wisconsin, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and Georgia. And Nevada. Those are the big five. It's kind of sad to see these Joe candidates spend a crazy amount of money to only pull a few points that could be spent in general. Yeah, these people complain about Trump. It's like Tim Scott had $70 million last year. Did he really need that? Or did people know he was going to run for president? And they're trying to grift it to him. Okay, why is the Tim Scott announcement not happening? Hold on. Let me just turn this off for a second. Because I gotta check this out for a minute. Kind of weird that they have not started this yet. Tim Scott announcement.
So confusing.
Okay, so I guess there's some kind of thing going on, but I'm not gonna watch it. So I guess we're gonna wait for Tim Scott to be on the stage. Tim is just trolling. Yeah, what if he just doesn't announce? Hold on. Somebody said there actually is a different feed. Let me check. Tim Scott.
Essentially just being ignorant in both languages.
Who the hell is this?
That's his words, not mine. But that's my uncle, and I love him for it. And Uncle Timmy, if you can hear me, I love you, Uncle Timmy. And what's really impressive about Uncle Timmy...
Okay, let me just do this.
That he came up with so many nicknames to tell all of us Ben Scotts apart, which is why you may have not have heard the name Ben Scott. Some names you might have heard are Little Ben, Super Scott, Ben, and arguably my favorite, My Little Buddy. Those are just a few to name. And sure, these names might sound cute to you, but the fact that he still uses these names is the kind of thing that truly sets my uncle apart. Despite how others may feel or the confusion that it may cause when he uses these nicknames, he doesn't waver.
Uncle Tim! I just realized, oh my gosh.
When you hear Little Buddy, or My Little Buddy...
Okay, I want to mute this for a second. I got a super chat. $5 from Man Milk. Assuming the Michigan GOP someone gets reworked, do you think the GOP will have a future in the state? They have to get reworked. You can't raise $5.25 and expect to win. Hey, big fan, Real American, but everyone looked bad in the past election. How do you reclaim your reputation, show your numbers are good? Well, I was the only one being transparent with my numbers, and I showed how I got to it. But I changed my methodology, and I'm going to just, be... I don't know. We're going to let it focus more on more transparency, I guess. More spreadsheets, all that stuff. And more live discussions. I think that's helped us, because... it's more than just my opinion. It's multiple people giving an opinion on it. All right, back to the stream.
That comes only from genuinely caring about the person in front of you and shaking their hand and greeting them and truthfully their soul.
Bruh.
That is who my uncle is, and that's who he has been since I can remember.
Jesse
Even as a
Smollett.
child, he would drive from here, North Charleston, all the way to Augusta, Georgia on weeknights just to watch my Little League basketball games. And these games were nail-biters, let me tell you. The final score on these games would frequently climb
Bro, this
about
is terrible.
7 to 8 points. Okay? That's not many in basketball, right? And despite knowing this, he still showed up consistently. Bless his heart. I don't know how he did it, right? But
is he really going to run on nice? Yeah, that's what he's going to run on. This is bad.
He knew it would not be an amazing display of skill. Though this little buddy would definitely beg to differ.
Okay, we got another super chat. Bad people do exist for 5. Tim Scott just trying to drop his new rap name, Lil Timmy. Oh, man.
That's just the kind of guy my uncle really is. He's the same guy.
Okay, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. There you go.
He sets his mind to. Even if he knew he's someone who fights for what he believes in.
There we go.
Even
Whoops.
if it means disrupting the status quo.
Okay, another super.
That's the thing.
Another
about
super
my
chat.
Uncle, and he truly is someone who's dedicated. He's dedicated to God. He's dedicated to his family. He's dedicated to South Carolina and these great United States.
That isn't terrible. I mean, that really isn't that bad. It's just this announcement's kind of
No
cringe.
matter the challenge.
Okay, I got a super chat. Sam Madsen for 5. Can we finally flip Steve Doyle's seat in the Wisconsin State Assembly? Depends on redistricting. Really depends on it.
You all that he has. And he won't do it because he's doing it because this is what other people want him to do, or he's afraid of what someone's thinking of him. He won't do it because he is expecting something in return from you. No.
This is boring.
He will
Yeah,
give
this
you
could be bad.
It's all because he loves you, every single one of you.
Oh,
as a
man.
person. And I know that he gives his all for you all, but also, in the words of Tim Scott or Uncle Timmy, he also gives his all for the great state of South Kakalaki.
Bruh! Boo! Boo!
I know I'm not him, so I tried. But for those who don't know what the great state of South Kakalaki is, that's just the great state of South Carolina where we are. And so today, to be honest, I am so proud to say that this same authenticity, this same love,
Mute,
the
please.
same passion that he shows me is also extended.
This is awful.
And I have no doubt that he will share this with y'all as he takes the next step in this incredible journey. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm, low country welcome to the man I am blessed to call Uncle Timmy, your United States Senator, Tim Scott.
Here he comes. Boo! Okay, quick super chat. Sam Madsen for 5. Will we flip the Michigan, Pennsylvania, Minnesota State houses in 24? I think we flipped Pennsylvania, not the other two. All right, we're back.
Thank you. Wow. Hello,
There you go.
thank you. Wow.
Better feed.
Hello, South Carolina. Whoa. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Why you wanna hurt me? All right. Let's go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Obviously, I can't dance, as you know that already. So, how's everyone doing today? Woo! I will say, you all look fantastic. What a great place to be. And I will say, without any question, I am so happy to be back in North Charleston, South Carolina. And I can't tell you how much I mean this in the depths of my heart. I'm so proud to be an American. I hope you are. Are you
cringe.
proud to be an American?
Like, this is cringe, but he at least is likable to a lesser extent. He's likable compared to other people, so I'll give him that.
America is the greatest nation on God's green earth. And our greatness doesn't come from politicians. Doesn't come from the government. It comes from we the people.
Bro.
We the people. And I tell you, and when I think about the greatness of America, I have to start with my favorite American, my amazing mother.
This is an
Where's
AIT
my mama?
fake. So true. Ben Carson, too. At least Ben Carson was good on his shoes.
I love you, Mom. It is hard to find your own mom in a crowd this big. And so diverse, too. Let me just say this real quick here. To my mother, thank you for your hard work and your dedication. Thank you for believing in me when no one else did. I'll tell you that before. Thank you. The longer y'all shout, the longer it goes. So this is not too bad for me. I don't mind. This is good. I got to go back to Washington next week, so this is all the fun I get to have. But I will say without any question that when you think about, Mom, come up here for a second.
This is the cringiest announcement ever. No, Jebs is worse. Jebs is way worse than this.
When you think about the miracle of America, it always comes down to someone who loves unconditionally, who goes the extra mile, who's tough as nails, and who puts it all on the line. And for me, y'all be careful back there now. For me, it's my mom.
The fact that he doesn't have kids or a wife and kids who were legit hurting.
Now,
that's what I thought, but
if
we'll
you've
get to
heard
that.
my story, and most of you have heard my story. I'm gonna tell it
If I
again
was
anyways,
gun,
by the way.
okay, I'll read the gun stuff
Laugh
later.
when you're
but-
supposed. I can't believe my little buddy took my best line, by the way. It's amazing. But I will say this, Mom, I love you. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for standing strong in the middle of the fire. Y'all should thank her too. That's right. That's right. Amazing. I'll also say this, though, that when I was growing up in a single-parent household, there was a guy from the Citadel named John Moniz. John was the mentor I needed at the right time. I have had more mentors since then. Of course, I've got great mentors, and I thank God Almighty that He continues to provide me with really cool mentors. One of my mentors, Larry Ellison's with us today, and I am so thankful to
I
have
forgot
so
the.
many different
My mom
mentors
is the
in the
strongest
house.
person I
But I
know.
will say that
Trump.
there was a guy
She
named
should be
John
running.
Moniz who
I
mattered
remember
so
that.
much. And I think Janice is with us today somewhere. Janice is over here. Come here, Janice. So for those of you unaware of this, when I was a kid growing up and I was failing out of school, and my nephew just told a part of the story, it was Janice's husband then, John Moniz, who caught me at the right time, who helped me survive some really hard times. And for those of you who wonder if it's possible
Bruh.
for a broken kid in a broken home to rise beyond their circumstances, the answer is yes.
Rufus is seething right now.
And for those of you who wonder if America is a racist country,
Oh God,
take a
no.
look.
No, don't.
At how people
No,
come
no,
together.
no.
All of God's people come together. Black ones and white ones, the red ones and brown ones, working together. Because love, unconditional love, binds hearts together. We are not defined by the color of our skin. We are defined by the content of our character. And if anyone tells you anything different, they're a lion.
He's not wrong, but I don't want to hear this 24/7.
I wanted to present both of you. Thank you, Jordan. Jordan is Janice's granddaughter, and my mother gave her flowers when she was first born. So I wanted to return the favor to these two women who made this possible.
This is corny. This is absolutely corny. Okay, Super Chat. Phantom Rider for 5. I actually know someone who's generally likes Tim Scott and said he should run in 28 instead of 24. I can see
All
people
right, let's get the
liking
speech
him.
started.
People do like Tim Scott, just he shouldn't run.
Which also means going back to the beginning of the speech. There you go. We live in the land
We live in a society.
of opportunity.
I thought he was going to say we live in a
land where it is
society.
absolutely possible for a kid raised in poverty, in a single-parent household, in a small apartment, to one day serve in the People's House, and maybe even the White House.
Oh gosh, no. No! Don't do it, Tim! Don't!
This is the greatest nation on God's green earth. Today I'm thinking back to my grandfather, born in 1921 in Sally, South Carolina, in the Deep South. By the time he was in the 3rd grade, he was forced out of school, his education was over, and he was forced to start picking cotton.
Oh my gosh.
But my grandfather lived long enough to watch his grandson.
I thought he
take
said
a
something else
seat
for a
in
second there.
Congress.
I thought he was going to say something different.
That's the evolution of the country we live in. My family went from cotton to Congress in his lifetime. And it was only possible because my grandfather had a stubborn faith. Faith in God, faith in himself, and faith in what America would be. He looked beyond the pain of his present,
Jeez.
and he saw the promise of his future. That black man who struggled through the Jim Crow South believed then what some doubt now in the goodness of America.
Yeah, he's likable,
I
but
was
this is
7 years old
cringe.
when my parents divorced. We moved in with my grandparents. My mom and my brother, we all three shared one bed and one bedroom in that 700 square foot rental home. But my grandfather said to me, son, you can be bitter or you can be better, but you can't be both. You see, he chose patriotism over pity. He focused on the windshield of his life and not on the rearview mirror. And today, I'm living proof that America is the land of opportunity and not a land of oppression.
Oh my God, bro. This is terrible so far.
Amen.
Tim Scott will flip Fulton counties. Yes, he's going to win everywhere. So
you see,
true.
This isn't just my story. It's all of our stories. The circumstances.
Tom
the
Carper's
situations
retiring? Really?
May be different. The
Tom Carper's
details
actually
may
retiring.
change.
Wow.
But
The Democrat from
every
Delaware.
single one of us are here.
Wow.
Because of the American journey, where there were obstacles that became opportunities, and our pain revealed our purpose. If you believe that, can somebody say amen?
Was that his Jeb Bush moment? Was that the please clap moment?
But
Do we get it?
unfortunately, under President Biden, our nation is retreating away from patriotism and faith. The fewest people in 30 years believe that their kids will be better off than their parents. And the radical left is pushing us
No,
into a
no,
culture
no,
of
no.
grievance instead of a culture
Don't
of
go
greatness.
that route, Tim. Don't do it.
My mom worked 16-hour days as a nurse's aide, changing bedpans and rolling patients. It was hard work. It wasn't glamorous. But those 16-hour days put food on the table and kept the lights on. They empowered her to move her boys out of a place filled with
Tim
pain,
Scott's gonna win 80% of the vote in Illinois.
filled with love. My mom's work ethic taught me that there is dignity in all work. And that's why I know if you are able-bodied, you work, period. Everybody should go to work.
Okay, that's a fair
you can.
point. Congratulations. You said a generic talking
mom
point
said to
from
me-
30 years ago.
Son, you can be a victim or we can be victors.
Ugh.
She chose victorious.
Quick super chat. RR 330 for 2. The Protestant Reformation's consequences.
Millions and millions of people have dropped out of the workforce entirely. And the share of working age men choosing to work is the lowest it has ever been. That is pathetic. My mom, working those 16 hours, I was kind of feeling sorry for myself. My mom was too busy. My dad wasn't there. We didn't have money for the simple little treats. I felt disillusioned and angry, and I was challenged, young man. I felt like the weight of the world was accumulating on my shoulders.
Tim Scott wins the
And that's
Amish
why
vote.
I love
I'm pretty
the
sure
Moniz
any
family, because
Republican
when I
wins
was
the
15
Amish
years
vote.
old, I met John Moniz, a Chick-fil-A operator, a Citadel graduate, who came into my life right when I needed a mentor the most.
Ben
He
Cardin of
started
Maryland
teaching
is
me some
retiring
very
too. I saw
basic
that.
life principles. He said,
Barroso and Sanders will join them.
having
I
a
think
job
so.
would be good.
One of them will.
but creating
Probably
jobs
Barroso.
would be better. I like that concept, by the way. I really appreciate that lesson. He also said that one day you'll know the difference between your income that helps your lifestyle and a profit that can change your entire community. John taught me that anyone from anywhere at
Amish, Wisconsin
any
don't vote.
time
Yeah, the ones
can
that do,
rise
they would vote
above
Republican.
Their wildest expectations and imagination. But first, I had to take responsibility for myself. He told me in the most loving way possible to look in the mirror and to blame myself. He said, don't blame your mom who's working those 16-hour days. Don't blame your dad because he's not around. He said, if you see the problem in the mirror, then you see the promise.
South Carolina has a
If you
lower
see the
ACU score than
obstacles,
Virginia.
you
Yeah, well,
uncover
you got Lindsey
the
Graham and Tim
opportunities.
Scott.
I
That's
chose
not a good
personal
sign.
responsibility over resentment. I became the master of my fate. But today, the Biden administration has us retreating away from earned success, aspiration, and accountability. He wants to make waitresses and mechanics pay for the student loans of lawyers and doctors making six figures.
Okay, that's good. That's good messaging. That's pretty good. All right, super chat. Okay, Phantom Rider for 5. I'm enjoying the memes from the chat than this actual. I'm enjoying the memes from the chat more than this announcement. Lol, you guys are great. Yeah, the chat's better than this.
Taxed, borrowed, and spent trillions of dollars trying to replace a hand up with handouts. And all they bought us was crushing inflation that has devastated families like the one I was raised in. Like many poor families, we moved around a lot. By the time I was in the 4th grade, I had attended 4 different elementary schools.
Jeez.
And as my nephew shared so publicly, wow, little Ben, my little buddy, gosh,
Jeb
darn, thanks so
Scott.
much for that. By the time I was a freshman in high school, I wasn't doing very well. As he said, I failed 4 subjects: Spanish and English, world geography, and civics.
How?
Now,
Bruh. Wait, hold
for
up.
those of you
Time
not
out.
familiar with
Time out.
civics-
Time out. What?
Civics is the study of politics.
How did you fail that?
I will say this, though. I'll say this. Hey, hallelujah. Yes. I'll say this, though.
His story
I'll
is
say
great,
this.
but it's like,
After
wait a
10
minute.
years in the Senate, I am not the only one failing civics in the nation's capital. I'm not the only one failing civics in America's capital. But that is where I found my unhappy self. My mom was a tireless encourager, and she still is. But when she saw my report card that year at the end, come on. You said, come on.
Again, he's
I wish
likable.
that's what she
He
said.
is somewhat likable. He just, this
She had
announcement's
a different
awful.
approach. She introduced me to a different form of encouragement. It was applied from right about here all the way down to here. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Okay, good. Well, then you realize I went to summer school, caught up with my class, and I never failed another subject for the rest of my life. Thank God for a good mama. I started college on a very small football scholarship at a Christian school. But that's where I learned that Jesus was my life.
Okay.
And football, just a game. I found my true hope in the words in Ephesians 3:20, that God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we ask or imagine. Now, I graduated
He does focus on God a lot. I'll
Hallelujah.
give him that. That's
And I
something we do need
graduated
more of.
with a degree in political science from Charleston Southern University. Home of the Bucks.
What the heck are we watching?
You see,
Pain. We're watching
I
Pain.
have lived that the closest thing to magic in America is a good education. But today, the far left has us retreating
No,
away
don't
from
do it.
excellence in schools. Extreme liberals are letting big labor bosses trap millions of kids in failing schools. They're replacing education with indoctrination.
Okay, finally,
They
somebody
spent-
said it.
COVID locking kids out of the classroom, and now they're locking kids out of their futures. And in Biden's America, crime is on the rise and law enforcement is in retreat. The far left is ending cash bails. They're demonizing, demoralizing, and defunding the police. I grew up in neighborhoods alongside people who ended up incarcerated or in the seminary too, but cemetery as well. We needed more public safety, not less. We cannot have innocent people at risk, police officers getting ambushed and attacked, and seniors locked in their homes from the time the sun goes down until the sun comes up. Joe Biden and the radical left are attacking every single rung of the ladder that helped me climb. And that's why I'm announcing today
God, no. Don't do it.
that I'm running
No.
for president
No.
of the United States of America.
Boo! He had his Howard Dean moment. Boo! Boo! Boo!
Thank you.
This is awful. Oh my gosh. There's like 5 different chants happening.
Thank you. You see, they're attacking our American values, our schools, our economy, and our security.
Joe, it's Jover.
But not on my watch. Not on my watch. That won't work. I cannot stand by while this is done to America. She's done too much for me. Our nation, our values, and our people are strong, but our president is weak.
Wow, you're telling me this for the first time.
America is not a nation.
Oh, they cut out the audio. What is... Bruh. I thought we were about to get a good part. Well, thank you very much. Great announcement, Tim Scott. Great job. Are you kidding me? We were gonna miss a good part.
All right.
America isn't a nation.
Thank you. Let's see if this one works. All right. Good catch. But under Joe Biden, our nation is not a nation in decline. But under Joe Biden, we have become a nation in retreat. Retreating from our heritage and our history. Retreating from personal responsibility and hard work.
The first two parts were
Retreating
good.
from
The
strength
rest of that statement's
and
awful.
security. Even retreating from religious liberty and the worship of God himself.
He's not wrong.
They say opportunity in America is a myth, and faith in America is a fraud. But the truth of my life disproves their lies.
Oh, gosh. What is he going to say?
The good news is all we need to do is turn around. On my first day as Commander-in-Chief, the strongest nation on earth will stop retreating from our southern border.
Red DC.
If you don't control your back door, it's not your house. And if our southern border is unsafe and insecure, it's not our country. Hundreds of people on our terrorist watch list are crossing our borders. Chinese nationals are flooding into Mexico to break in. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are doing nothing. When
This is so
70,000
bad.
Americans
Like,
lose
yes,
their
we have a
lives.
crisis at the border, but we know he's not going to do anything about it.
Every county in this country has become a border county. The left shut down our schools and churches in the name of slowing a virus, but they won't secure the border to protect our families from fentanyl.
Not wrong.
When I am president, the drug cartels using Chinese labs and Mexican factories to kill Americans will cease to exist.
All right. What are you going to do about it, though?
I will freeze their assets, I will build the wall, and I will allow the world's greatest military to fight these terrorists because that's exactly what they are.
I'll give him that. But Trump said that first, so... Okay.
Security needs starts on our border, but it doesn't end there. We have spent decades getting deeper and deeper into debt to the Chinese Communist Party. Their goal is not just to surpass us. Their goal is to beat us. I'm reminded of a Bible verse, Proverbs 22:7, that says, borrower is slave to the lender. It goes beyond our finances, though. It's about our supply chains. It's about medicines and microchips and critical minerals. It's about China buying American farmland, infiltrating our airspace, and tracking our kids. It's about
Trump said this
President
like
Xi
5
siding
years
with
ago, and he got called a
Iran.
racist.
America
So
can win
suddenly
this
now you take his
competition,
stance?
but Joe Biden cannot. As president, I will rebuild a military so lethal and powerful that our adversaries will fear us.
Lame.
And our allies will respect us. My father, who's with us today, spent 27 years in the Air Force. My two brothers spent
Wait, wasn't his father out of his
2
life?
decades each
Wait a
in
minute.
the military.
Did he say his
3
dad
decades
was
from
not in
life.
his life?
Older,
Wait a
better-looking
minute.
brother. 85 years of combined military service between them. When I'm president, our service members will have every tool they need, and our veterans will have every resource they deserve.
He literally just copied Trump the past 5 minutes.
We will not try to be the world's police. Not our job. But we will always defend America's national vital interests and our people, wherever they are.
So, he's
And
5
we
years
will
ago,
win
Trump
the
got
next
called a
century
bunch of stuff for
by the
this.
strength
But
of
now
our
Tim
economy.
Scott of all
China
people
started
copied
this
him
new
on
economic
this.
Cold War, but America, we're going to finish it.
Oh my God.
I was one of the lead authors for the Republican tax reform bill that slashed taxes for families, brought jobs and investment back from overseas, and created my signature legislation, the Opportunity Zones, that's brought billions of dollars back into poorest communities that have been left behind.
Hey, you should mention your criminal justice stuff. I wonder how that would go
created
over.
High employment, low inflation, and the fastest growing economy for the working class people we've seen in 50 years.
Trump did that.
That was just one bill.
That was Trump.
Imagine what we could do with an entire agenda. I will be the president who ramps up research and development, reclaims our supply chains, and re-energizes our manufacturing base with Opportunity Zones 2.0 and an entire Made in America agenda.
This is literally Trump. He got called a racist 5 years for this. It's good, but you just copied Trump.
I see an era of exponential innovation where America leads the world with new breakthroughs, where new medical cures and cheaper drugs and lower healthcare costs become the norm, lengthening the lives of our citizens, where law enforcement has advanced equipment to keep each and every one of them safe. Where we have huge new American factories creating high-paying American jobs, running on plentiful, cheap American energy. But America cannot be safe or secure if we sink into a cultural quicksand here at home. As president, I will rebuild and restore every rung of the ladder that helped me climb.
Like, I understand the party moved to the right, but what's the
Because
difference between him and Trump?
I want my
I mean,
story.
you got to differentiate yourself.
Fail
You can't just be copy and pasted Trump.
to your
Because
story.
Trump's the only Trump.
As president, I will motivate, inspire, and require every able-bodied citizen to take responsibility and go to work.
All right, I'll give it to that. That's common sense. Everybody agrees with that. That's common sense.
We will back the blue, secure our streets, and finally make it a federal crime to kill, ambush, or assault a cop in this country. I will lead a revolution for excellence in our schools. Less CRT and more ABCs.
Bruh. Don't let that be a.
I
Oh gosh.
will not rest until every family has a choice
Okay.
and every parent has a voice, giving every child a chance. And no child should be forced to attend failing schools simply because they live in the wrong zip code.
Common sense.
I will be the president who destroys the liberal lie that America is
No.
an evil country.
No, Tim. Don't do it. Don't go that way.
I think back a couple of years ago when I addressed the nation, and I said, America is not a racist country.
Oh gosh, he said
We
it.
need to stop
No.
canceling our founding fathers and start celebrating them for the geniuses of their
Yeah,
work.
but you're making it cringe. America's not racist. America's not racist. It just, who does that
weren't
appeal
perfect.
to?
But they believed that we could become a more perfect union. Finally, my grandfather's stubborn faith was not just faith in the goodness of America. It was faith in God himself. Amen. I will be the president who stops the far left's assault on our religious liberty. I will preserve one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
He
We
thinks
will
the
be
suburbs
nation
what they were in the
where we
90s.
honor our Creator and respect every innocent life.
Okay, this should be interesting.
This is who we are. This is who we can be. This is the freest, fairest land where you can go as high as your character and your grit and your talent will take you. I bear witness to that. I testify to that. That's why I'm the candidate the far left fears the most.
This is
See,
awful. This is
When I
terrible.
cut your taxes, they called me a prop. When I refunded the police, they called me a token.
Yeah, that was ridiculous what
Back
they
on
did.
President Biden, they even called me the N-word. I disrupt their narrative. I threaten their control. The truth of my life disrupts their lies. I will proclaim these truths from the highest mountaintop. And I will proclaim these truths in the deepest valley. I will take our message to the boardrooms, but I will also take it to the classrooms. I will take it
Is
to
he
a
trying to be a
gymnasium
rapper?
filled with friends, but I will also take it to an inner city church filled with skeptics.
He's not low
I have
energy, he's just
lived the American
cringe.
dream. I hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal.
Guy on the left looks like
Endowed by our
Santos.
Creator
Oh my
with the
gosh,
right
that
to be
does.
free.
Santos, is that
Our
you?
party and our nation are standing at a time for choosing victimhood or victory. Victimhood or victory. Victimhood or victory.
Bruh.
Grievance or greatness. I choose freedom and hope and opportunity. Will you choose it with me?
This is literally like a
Will you join
motivational
me
speaker, like a high
as
school
messengers
gym.
of hope,
That's what this sounds like.
as missionaries that believe that the strength of our ideas can change our nation again. I will. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Bro.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's literally Jeb Bush. He had like 5 please clap moments this rally.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Bruh.
Let's go.
Boo!
Let's go.
Boo!
Let me close with this. As much as I'm excited about this journey, I simply want to say this. It's really not about me. It's about that 7-year-old girl named Jordan who brought roses to the stage for my mother and Janice Moniz. It's about 12-year-old Sutherland Surratt who came on this
Let's
stage.
go, Brandon.
You see, America is a city
Lost brain cells.
on the hill. We are the beacon in the midst of darkness. We have an
Where's he
unusual
going?
responsibility.
Bro, what is he cooking?
We have the responsibility to
Bruh.
prove
Is he just
that
leaving?
self-governance works. We have the responsibility to share for 1,000 generations.
I just
America's
love how he
done
walked
for
off
me.
the stage.
She can do for you.
Yeah,
This
these are
can't
Trump's
be
competition, mind you. This is
another
who he has to go
presidential
against.
campaign.
He just
We don't
walked
have time
off.
for that.
He's just gonna leave.
We need a president who persuades not just our friends and our base. We need a president that persuades. We have to do that
I
with
don't know
common
what's
sense,
going on.
conservative principles. But we have to have a compassion for people. We have to have a compassion for people who don't agree with us. We have to believe that our ideas
said,
are so
"Let's go,"
strong
he
and so
went.
powerful and so persuasive that we can actually take it to the highest points in the world and be successful. But we also have to be able to take it all the way down to places that today are hopeless
Scott wins Detroit.
and prove that who we are works for all Americans.
He's having a Brandon moment.
I'm living proof that God and a good family and the United States of America can do all things if we believe. Will you believe it with me? Will you join the team of the greatest nation on God's green earth?
And now he goes back up. What was the point of that?
I love it. Let me close with this. May the Lord bless us for another 1,000 generations.
I'll give him this. I'll
May
give
he
it
be
to him.
gracious towards us. I believe the next American century starts today. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I think that if Mike Pence was the nominee, or if he was, he should actually pick Scott. I don't know. Oh, yeah, and the audio cut out. That's it. Okay. That was kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Tim Scott had some energy. Let's give him that. He had more energy than, like, Jeb. But that was cringe. I don't know what I just watched. I'm baffled. Are we in a simulation? Because that's what it feels like. Will you do a Tim Scott versus Biden election prediction? I may. Good energy. Yeah, there was some energy at least. And I did. Let's give him the credit where credit is due. The energy was good. I like that he talked about God a lot. And some of the stuff on, like, trade and stuff was good. Outside of that, that was awful. Yeah, we're going to mute that because I don't want to get sued by YouTube. But, yeah, that was actually a pretty good, you know, energy-wise, it was a pretty good announcement. I thought it was going to be like Jeb 2, but, all right. This is an announcement of old time. Yeah, this was certainly an announcement. This was certainly an announcement of our time. Let's see. So, yeah. Now, if you want to send Super Chats, probably is a good time now. We finally got the announcement done. So, Tim Scott's running. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Tim Scott flips Harlem. So true. Yeah, so it's done. Okay. Alright, well, that was interesting. That was certainly a very interesting announcement. I never saw anything like that before. But he had like 5 Jeb Bush moments, at least. Oh my gosh. Tim Scott will win Moscow. It was entertaining at least. Yeah, I'll give him that. I can't wait for DeSantis to say this. Be like, my name is Ron DeSantis, and I'm running for president. Morbius 2024. True. If I was Gunn, I would use the Flash to restart the universe. That's what he's doing. The Flash is going to restart the universe. Then followed up with these movies, Batman, The Dark Knight, Superman, Man of Steel. Is that right? Man of Steel, Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, World Norman. Yeah, I agree. I do think that Gunn's gonna do pretty good. Like, I disagree with what he did with Henry Cavill, but he knows what he's doing at least. Low energy Tim. No, he had energy. I'll give him that. Certainly more than I thought he was going to. I thought it was going to be like, nothing. My name is DeSutis, and please clap. Stream tomorrow to keep the streak going? I may. But yeah, this was definitely an earlier stream. I did not expect to stream at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. That was definitely not expected. Who do you think will do better, Tim Scott or Haley? I think Tim Scott. He seemed more likable. And it seems like he is, at least he's focusing on something different, like God. I don't know what Nikki Haley's focusing on. I really don't. Low energy Tim. His campaign slogan is almost the same as Romney's in 2012. I did notice that. DeSantis' announcement is just him saying woke as many times as possible. Yeah, he's just going to say woke 50 times and call it a speech. Is he even doing a rally? I wonder. Let's see. Go stream what? NCT? I don't know what that is. Stream campaign trail tomorrow. I may. Oh, that's what you meant? Campaign trail? I may. I may do a reaction to the second Republican debate from 2015. Karen's for DeSantis. The Karen meme is dead. Go away with it. Nikki Haley does better. I think Tim Scott does. Will you do another campaign trail game stream? Probably, but not today. DeSantis and DOA. I think all of them are, to be frank. I still hate Star-Lord for what he did in Infinity War. Yeah, he lost it and they cost everybody their lives, so. Meatball Ron Campbell in Florida primary. We just gotta see. Who do you think fits Batman better, Catwoman or Batwoman? Or Wonder Woman, I should say. Probably. Ooh, that's a tough one. It depends what tone. I would say Catwoman, probably. That fits Batman better. I think that makes more sense. 2 more days until Meatball Ron finally joins. I hate that meatball meme so much. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Tim Scott for Pope. While not supporting DeSantis because of his endorsements for Kraft, but I'm going to say that he's focused on current issues while Scott's messaging is weird. Yeah, but at least Scott's something different. Like Perry Johnson, he's bringing something different at least. All right, so I think we're going to end it here. Again, if you got any more super chats, I recommend you send them now or forever go in peace. I think if you got any super chats, send them. Chris Sununu might run for president. Yeah, I heard that. I think he will. It's stupid, but... So yeah, this is going to be a pretty busy week, I think. Just Monday, we already got an announcement. Thursday, I think DeSantis is announcing. Right? Thursday? We're going to probably stream a lot this week. It's going to be a busy week, I think. I think Pence will get the evangelical votes compared to Tim Scott because Pence has a higher tier name recognition. Yeah, but he pissed off a lot of people. So, Rick Perry for Senator of Alberta. I swear, if Rick Perry actually runs on top of Chris Christie, is this 2012 all over again? Is it? Save Santos. I think it's Wednesday, but could be wrong. Yeah, so I'm for sure going to stream that. That's a pretty big deal. I mean, that's like the only one that could take on Trump, even somewhat. It's a mixed match of 2012 and 2016. Yeah, I'm waiting for Huckabee to get involved, which I heard that's a rumor that Huckabee Sanders in Arkansas is going to be the VP. Rick Perry thinks he's in 2012, bro. It's not 2012. Yeah, it's 2024. 12 years too late. Once this is all done, you should probably make a video comparing the quantity of candidates from 2016 to 2012. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Rick Perry. If Rick Perry enters, that's his 3rd time running, right? Did he run in 2016? I swore he did. Kanye West for King of England. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I think we're going to call it here, everybody. So, yeah, if you got any more super chats, send them now or forever go in peace. I think we're going to call it here. This was a very fun stream. We got to do a live reaction of whatever that was with Tim Scott. It was certainly an announcement of our time. Yeah, I ran in 2016. Why is he running again? I don't get it. Why is Rick Perry even running? Yes, that's my guess. I'm still supporting Trump, but I'm liking what Scott's saying so far. He just copied Trump for half of it, then he talked about God for the other. And the fact that he's black. So that's why you should vote for him. Trump wished Tim Scott well in truth. Okay, that's weird. Knowing Trump, that does not sound right. If he's wishing Tim Scott well. Is Tim Scott actually trying out for the VP slot? Oh my gosh, can you imagine? He's going to spend $30 million just for a VP selection? Oh gosh. Rick Perry could have won in 2012 until he forgot what departments. Yeah, didn't he, on the debate stage, he forgot what departments he was going to get rid of? And then, caused his campaign to implode? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. The announcement of all. It was an announcement of our time. I don't know what happened for half of it, to be honest. So yeah, I think we're going to call it here again. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, smash the like button down below. Subscribe. Share with your friends. Hit that little bell. Follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. And of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to probably be doing a lot more streams the next coming days because... Pretty big announcements. Thank you so much. Godspeed.